Good morning, everyone. Hope we are all ready to start. We are on Narad Bhakti Sutra, and beautifully, as Maharshi Narad started to explain about the Bhakti and what true Bhakta looks like. And yesterday, in last two, three sutras, he compiled the renunciation as an important tool, what Bhakta first does, and that automatically, naturally comes to him as he starts to give up on these things, material things at first, the worldly desires, any possessions, anything to gain, even to ask for. He has no need to gain anything else because he has found his beloved. He has found his divine love, so there is nothing else to gain. Then he comes to a stage where all the mundane affairs, all the religious affairs, and also the Vedic, secular, or any sorts of rituals also binds him. So he renunciate that as well. So this is where, because that all activity does not take him close to divine love, he's already there, so he renunciate all of that. And then he comes to a state that he renunciate every need, every desire, or every uh, um, expectation of the daily lives also, that whether he has eaten or sleeping enough or not, nothing actually counts. Whatever he is living now in every breath, that is in divine love. Body, mind, everything function accordingly, but he's not attached to anything. After all of that, it is very common to understand that he is actually cut off from the world, and very commonly we understand these bhaktas has been rebellious as well. They break the social norms. Most of them, we also know that at those times have been notorious for breaking the social norms. So, in this regard, again, Maharshi Narad in the Sutra 12 clarifies that after having thus decided to live the life of wholehearted devotion, let there be protection of scriptural teaching. Now, in this sutra, he's sort of contradicting what he said before. So, Bhakta does give up all this teaching, religious practices, ritualistic practices. But however, he does not leave the command of it. Now, this is again a practice, a matter of practice and understanding, that he's not finding rasa in things to do, but at the same time, he understands the relevance, actual relevance behind. So he's connected with the relevance rather than superficial practice. We'll practice that and understand more into the contemplation and meditation today. But just to understand the difference, that Bhakta does not give up the scriptural teaching, which means the knowledge comes with bhakti and bhakti comes with knowledge. They are inseparable. If we hear Mira's bhajan or Kabir Das Ji's doha, or even if you hear the gopis dancing in the joy of Krishna, every single one of them has given the declaration of Vedic teaching, which is the Jnana Yoga. They never read Vedas, so how do they know? How could they reach to the same point where all the Vedic and Jnana yogis have reached? Because with bhakti, they reach to the core of the same essence. However, they decide not to do the practice in the strict religious or social form of rituals. So let's contemplate understanding the knowledge and bhakti when they bring together as an essence and both walk hand in hand. So, what does this look like? Let's start sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, taking a moment simply to withdraw your attention from the surrounding and simply bring it to your breath. Simply focus your normal breathing at this point. Now, gently take a deep breath in, fully inhale, take a pause, and start to exhale. Fully exhale and hold your breath for a moment. And when you start inhalation again, you'll see the gush of air go straight in. If you would like, continue breathing normal for a moment until breath comes to normal again. This slight pause and change in the pattern of your inhalation and exhalation that triggers the series of changes in the breath and slightly in the body and mind. Now, becoming more aware of the other changes in body and mind along with breath, I would like you to continue the same practice again. When you're ready, inhale fully, hold your breath, start to exhale, fully exhale, empty your lungs and hold your breath. And inhalation again. You can continue breathing normal after this round. Allow the breath to normalize on its own while you observe all the changes taking place. The pattern of breath. As it starts to normalize again, start to change again. And as it slows down again, all the sensation in the body and thoughts in the mind also calms down. I would like you to repeat one more time. When you're ready, start to inhale slowly, deeply, and fully inhale. Hold your breath. Start to exhale slowly, very gently. Fully exhale, empty your lungs, and hold your breath. Inhale again. Inhale afterward is always a natural and very fast. Allow breathing to normalize on its own while you simply observe, experience, and let the natural responses take over. Your complete focus on slowing down your breath as it starts to happen. Connect your mind with your breathing. So, all you experience, all you're aware, you're focused on the flow of breath. And with every exhalation, as you slow down your exhalation, you feel mind is going more calmer, more silent. At point it feels like it's going more deeper as well. This very sense of experience feels like drowning or diving in. From the conscious levels of mind, as it go more deeper, you feel more calmer, more silent. Effortlessly, this is the natural state. You may be aware of thoughts coming and going. You may be aware of the world. But you can see them as a witness. mind is still very quiet. It's not engaged and involved. It's not drifting away with the thoughts. It's not engaging to find solution. Let's simply hold on to this silence where you are aware of not just the mind, but self, yourself. At this point, at this moment, you alone exist, and there is nothing else which can define you. There is no need to define you, to understand. You're content, you're whole, you're complete. The very sense of connecting with self is the calmness, is this wholesomeness. Start to give up one by one any thoughts, any emotion that may come on the surface. Let them come, let them go. Connecting with self, connecting with this moment of silence, the pure conscious self. From this very silence, which is again seems dark, where you can't see anything, you just can sense that, feel that. Nothing to observe, nothing to focus, just being aware of. World within is fully replica of the world outside. And as I say that, and as you start to explore the world within, I would like you to start moving forward in this darkness, in this silence. And as you start to come out, you see the light shine. Following that dim, distant light, which again may not be consistent, may not hold on, but you start to follow that as if you're walking and following the direction where the light coming from. And as you come out, you see the whole universe, galaxy, stars, planets. Wherever you move around, you can connect with the Brahmand universe. Let the mind reflect. You simply connect with everything in its own form. standing over the edge, being part of this vast universe where everything is moving in its perfect balance, harmony, without any instruction or directions, as if everything knows where to go, why to go, and how to go. Seems everything is following its own path, without a distraction, without a divergence. They are following the universal course. What first comes into mind? The fascination, the amazing experience to see the universe with the harmony, the balance, who is controlling, how it's moving. There has to be a power behind to make sure everything falls in its own place, or else the whole universe will collapse with imbalance. But it never collapses. You see the beautiful planet Earth, and from the distance, as you see that, the only planet full of life, full of green, full of colors, that's yours. That's where you belong. That's home. Without an effort, you are moving toward that. This strong attraction to the home is always pulling you. As you start to come in, you can feel the vast sky, the clouds. Let's stay here, experience the Akash, the space, the very sense of this lightness where you can float with the clouds, with the wind, connecting with the space. This beautiful feeling of floating as you enter in Akash that also connect within space within you as well. Often in the mind, the hollow space, the gravitational force, a natural force pulling you down safely as you start to come down. You see the beautiful nature around. And as you land on the earth, the very first touch of your feet on the Mother Earth, can feel this beautiful sensation as you touch the ground. Is sitting down on the ground, touching from your both hands, and you can feel the earth, earth element, which gives the grounding to everything, which holds on to everything. Again, connecting the same element within, the one which makes you grounded. The very element of earth which holds everything within. As you start to walk forward, exploring this beautiful world on this planet, you can breathe the air element, closing your eyes, opening your arms vast. Feel the fresh breath, the air which breathes on your face, touch on your skin, but that one goes in the lungs. As you breathe out, you connect constantly with the air element. The same which you also have within. A constant flow of air which keeps everything moving alive. As you continue to walk ahead, you see the beautiful river. From distance, you can hear the sound of the water flow. You start to follow the sound. You can feel you're coming close to the water flow. This is not a quiet or silent river. You can see the huge waves from the far coming to the bank and slowing down. You can hear the sound as the huge waves start to come closer. It is crashed to the bank. The water comes on your face, all over you, and you feel the water element. Now, the same flow you can connect within, at times really high, at times very quiet. When the high tide comes, it may look everything it's going to take away with it. As it crashed to the corner, it starts to go back quietly, comes all the way down. You are soaking wet, a bit of chill. With the flow of air, wind, you are shivering. You can feel the cold. As you start to walk away, you see many animals, all the kinds, in their own balance and harmony, following their own path without contradicting each other's, without harming each other. It's a beautiful balance again, as if everyone and everything is following their own path. And the balance reminds you the same in the universe when you saw the Brahman. They had ahead as you're shivering. You feel the warmth and you start to follow the path where you feel this warmth. And that's where you see the fire. Not too big, not too small, enough to keep you warm. And as you go closer, you can feel the body temperature start to come down. The shivering starts to come down. As you gaze to the fire, the warmth, the energy which you start to flow in its contact. You connect within the fire, the shine, the brightness, the energy, which allow you to see, which allows you to move, which keep you warm. Sitting next to fire element, sitting on the ground, not too far from the water, where you can still hear and feel. Looking up high on the space, and you can feel the wind. Looking at all and every being on the earth, everything and everyone in the same balance and harmony, following their own path. No ownership, guided by who, how everything or everyone knows where to go, how, as these paths chosen, pre-decided. If it is, who did that? Is the same which you saw in Brahman, is the same which you see in the world on earth, is the same which you have within, is the same which may have within everyone. The same consciousness, the same energy, the same direction, balance, harmony, whatever name that strength is, which keeps everything moving, keeping everyone balanced. Keep the whole universe in a perfect harmony. Allow everyone to follow its own path. That source, that direction, that very cause is the one. If it would have been a different, you will see everything differently moving. This balance is exactly the same. From here, let's make our own choice. How do we connect with the source? The name and form of the source. You call it Krishna or you call it Ma. You may call it Brahman or the self, the Bhakta or the Jnani. They do not see the two different worlds. The both world becomes the one. The reality is one. As long as we see the form, the reality is world. But when we start to see the cause behind the world becomes so unreal. Because now the reality is the one which keeps the world moving. As you see this from any side, with the emotion, if you name it Krishna, he's the one moving everything. And if you see this from his own words, understanding of Gita, he's the consciousness, the jnana. As you see the whole universe, the form of the beloved, you also see him everywhere then. You connect with him in every form, whether it's the bird chirping, or is the wind flowing, or the chants of his glories. When we start to recognize that everything springs from him and he alone, in the form of the world, playing as things and beings, how can we differentiate? Let's continue to experience this beautiful universe, his own Leela, his own beautiful divine play, in different shape, form, being or things. Let's continue to reconnect with Him in the form and beyond the form goes. Let's continue the walk of life journey to experience the connection with us and reconnect everything that is around and that is within. Let's continue to work in this balance and harmony, following your own path and looking at everybody and everyone following their own. There's no difference that we all reach to our own path, own journey, and our own destination. All will lead to Him and Him alone. Now or later, but we will be there. With this clarity, with this vision, let's reconnect with the air element. Taking a deep breath in, fully inhale and hold your breath. Slowly exhale. This very shift reconnect you with other element in the body, flow of water, circulation in the body, the sensation, the movement, the warmth you start to feel, the clarity in the mind, and yet feeling grounded strongly. Let's start our day ahead. When you're ready, slowly and gently opening your eyes, looking down, making sure giving enough time to adjust with light and surrounding.